plays games with Jay.
All right, we caught Abra. It sleeps for 18 hours a day. It uses a variety of extrasensory powers. Well, I think it's fitting. Let's name it
Durato. Picking up back from yesterday.
I guess you guys bought enough copies. Thank you.
Yeah. Durato's the main character of my book, Bounty Light.
Okay. What you're gonna do while I look at this book, or first you find the page that you think, like, if you were giving someone sides for Durato, what's a scene or a line you'd be like, you need to get this to get the voice of the character down? Because oftentimes, for those of you who are not familiar with the voiceover process, when you go into the booth, even if you've auditioned, sometimes you're like, okay, let's establish the voice, right? So they pick a line or two, and then for me, usually I just go, okay, I'll go with my gut. You tell me how to tweak or whatever, so on and so forth. That's usually how it goes. Mm-hmm. So you're gonna, and so what you're doing right now is that essentially, usually when sides are sent out, whoever the casting director is or the creator is like, okay, these lines are what I need to hear to really see if someone can get the character's voice.
Sure.
So do you have a scene in mind?
Yeah, I got one right here.
Okay.
Yeah.
You are going to level grind.
Sure.
Just
this panel right there.
Okay.
I feel like that's a good moment of showing that he is.
Of course, now isn't the time.
Yes.
This one?
Yeah.
And just reading it like that. Of course, now isn't the time to reveal my awesome power. How's that?
That was great.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
Okay. So I will go with my. No, you gotta play.
No, for sure.
I'll read it, and then you tell me how to tweak it.
Sure.
Of course, now isn't the time to reveal my awesome power. Had I unleashed it earlier, this match would have been over in an instant.
That was good.
Okay.
I'm feeling it could
a little darker. What do you want?
I want to hear it. I want to hear it a little not only just like deeper, but also a bit more pompous, like a bit more.
Of course, now isn't the time to reveal my awesome power. Had I unleashed it earlier, this match would have been over in an instant.
Definitely, that was pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a little more of this.
A little more, yeah, a little bit more of that. He's the type of person to do that when he's being snarky for sure.
Yeah.
Like, that is definitely a snarkier moment. Let me find a moment where he's a bit more comforting, because like I mentioned, let's see.
This Caterpie can fry.
Yeah, these two panels right here is where he's like, helping someone like going through a tough
middle
moment.
one here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Permission to place my hand on your shoulder. Don't give up on yourself so easily. All you have is yourself.
Actually, it was pretty fucking good.
So that's like that's where the voice is.
That's definitely like that's the vibe.
So if I'm going, let's go somewhere in the beginning.
Sure.
More like Guinevere the Fraud. I cannot believe they call her that.
Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah.
I got it.
So.
Got it right there. Instincts.
Yeah, it was definitely like, yeah, for sure. Even just imagining like typecasting, right? Dreamcasting and whatnot. But like for you as Durato, I was like, I know you have the range to like do it. For me, as like in my mind, I have an idea, but I'm always like, whenever I'm collaborating with anybody, I'm always open to like people's like interpretations.
Oh, sure,
and
yeah,
range.
absolutely.
So
right.
like figuring like voices out. I think I told you this before though. It's like there's something about your natural voice when you
what?
Yeah, when you're like what? Like, there's something about that I'm like, yeah, I imagine that from when Durato was like thrown off like pretty easily. Just yeah, you got a good sound to it. So.
Well, when it's made into the animated series, I will be expecting an auto cast for the lead. Thank you very much.
That's something like, because people are like, oh, if you're the creator of something, you have so much control over everything. And I'm like, that's not necessarily true. So, and that's
I do hear in casting, while sometimes, were you there for this conversation?
Which one?
I was talking with, I think, Dave about the KO casting. OKKO.
No.
And not to get too into specifics, but I think Cartoon Network was generally pretty like they would give suggestions sometimes. What about this? We use this actor, and they're good. But in the end, they actually Ian or whoever would be like, we want this person. They'd be like, oh yeah, let's try this person.
That's
so
nice.
I think that in a lot of cases they might. I'm pretty sure a lot of it is in creators' control because when I've gone into situations where I'm at a callback for a main character or whatever, creator is always there and almost always is the one that is giving more direction. Of course, I'm sure there are many situations where there's executive meddling, but I think in terms of I think when it goes to movies, Hollywood movies, that's when you see no, we gotta have this. We gotta have Kevin Hart. We gotta have this.
We gotta get.
But when it's television or something where it's not nearly as we gotta make $1 billion, I do think a lot of creators get.
That's interesting to hear. I guess for safety reasons, something if I ever were to be approached to hey, let's get this get an animated adaptation, I'm if I'm somehow not the showrunner, right, and they're just basing off the IP, I'm can I at least get a EP or a producer type credit so I can be in the casting room? That's a big thing for me. And it'd be nice to also write for the animated thing that I
think as the creator, I think if you asked for that, I think at very least you would get some say in casting.
Yeah.
Because that's really just you just being there on your own time,
it'd be interesting. There's something I told this to my editors too for if there ever wasn't an adaptation. I'm kind of I don't mind if there are some creative liberties in changing some things.
Sure.
I'm always interested to see what someone else will bring in, as long as it's not completely disrespecting or disregarding what the characters are about, right?
I think a show that did a really good job with that was the Netflix version of A Series of Unfortunate Events, where oftentimes either the race of a character or I think sometimes even gender of a character were just changed. And But it was the kind of thing where it's this works totally great. They totally fit the character. The character, a lot of the characters are not defined by just their race or their gender in that series. So it's we just because the book describes them a different way, that doesn't matter for the personality of the character, which I think is. So that was a nice show to see how they kind of did some better casting choices.
Right. That'd be nice to see my book animated one day, but it's fine. That was when my editor first approached me. He's a friend of mine who was we were just getting Yukaku one day. He just had a meeting with CN and Cartoon Network, and we're just shooting the shit. And then he was kind of he's you've told me about Bounding Light before. I'm why don't you just make it? As I'm kind of I don't know, I don't have the money to hire animators or anything like that. And he's well, you and I both love comics. Why is it, isn't wouldn't that be something interesting? I don't know if I'm ready. Funny enough, his wife, his name is Jason Marin, and his wife, Rachel Liu, was just kind of we're just shooting the shit shortly after, right? And then she was kind of hey, you've been pretty down lately. If you can make anything, what it would be? I'm I have this story called Bounding Light. I really like to see it come alive in some form.
Sure.
And then she was sure, let's do it, right? And so the ongoing joke between the three of us is that I'm Rachel, you're the one who really Made Bounding Light come to life. Jason was just kind of there, because he literally was I'll be right back, I'm gonna go walk the dog. And then Rachel and I had this one-on-one talk about my dreams, I guess. And then Jason came back and I was hey, I think I'm gonna make Bounding Light. Do you want part in it? And Jason's what the heck? I just left. What? I've been telling you to do this for so long. So
it's why didn't you tell me, man?
Yeah, exactly. So
and you met Jason through, was it the Nickelodeon thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
So funny enough, we both had sold pitches to Nick Jr. Him a couple of years before me, but while I was meeting my executives at the time, and I was just waiting in the Nick cafe area. He happened to be there, and then an executive that knew both of us was like, hey, you guys have a lot in common. You're both from New York. Great, right? You know, and I was kind of like, okay, and we just like shot the shit, and we ended up like talking for like 3 hours in that cafe, just talking about like we both love Spider-Man and Marvel Comics. We were both like hopeless romantic suckers who loved like 5 Days of Summer and like that kind of stuff. We love Phil Lord and Chris Miller's like writing and then all that stuff. And this is when I was visiting LA, so they were like, if you're ever out here, like hit us up.
Sure.
When I did come out here, they were out of the state because they were getting married in New York. So I was like, that's funny. But like, you know, I also got hung out with like their roommates and whatnot and stuff. And very, very thankful for them for helping me get started. And it's been because like they mostly work in film. So like comics is like they love comics, but it's like kind of a new era for like, or new like medium for all of us.
I see.
But it was
In what capacity are they working in film? Like producing or
producing, writing, directing. So Rachel does more on the production side for producing, and she just recently did like a horror movie called Student Body. It's like a slasher movie.
Okay.
She did this movie called she produced this movie called A New York Minute, starring like Ludi Lin and like other Asian actors, and I jokingly call it Crazy Depressed Asians, but you know it's like an anthology of like Asian Americans living in New York, and I was like that was really cool. And then Jason's done his own animated series or animated like short called Action Dinosaur, and about like a time traveling skateboarding dinosaur.
Okay.
With like he's voiced by Kyle Kinane or
from Comedy Central.
Yeah.
So
he was the voice, and I'm like, wow, that's fucking crazy. And then Jason does a lot of like he directed music videos for what's that band? AJR, is that what they're called? I forget what they're. Let me look up this. I don't know their music too. AJR, I think that's who they are.
AJR. Okay. What genre of music?
Like pop, indie pop.
Okay.
So and and so they're just. But they, even despite like not knowing the comic medium, they're on top of like, let's have a good like production pipeline. Let's like, they helped me find the artist Janine Cibico for Bounty Light, and as well as our anchors like Joe Espataya and Maria Belen Quiroga. So Quiroga. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, Maria, but yeah. It's been interesting, and it's like. It's one of those things, like, we talked about this before, but I'm like, yeah, I still am always, like, looking for more writing work, like, I actually sent in some pitches for some stuff, I'll tell you off camera later, but, like, which is nice, but at the same time, it's kind of like, I felt so fulfilled doing this, and, like, and not get, like, waste time on notes that were, like, a little too ridiculous from
for you had creative freedom, like
for sure. Like there's things I would have loved to like tweak more or do more with the book, but we had our own constraints with like time and budget and etc. But like I'm still like proud of it for what it is, and I'm already excited to work on the next one. Even if it like even like I always told myself, like, even if people like don't like the first one, I'm like, I still want to tell the rest of the story, you know what I mean? So
what's important is, and I've told you this, is that you made it, right? You made it, you put it out there, instead of it just staying in your head of like, one day.
That is like, it's kind of wild. Like Dave was telling me the similar thing too. He was kind of like, how many people have had like comic ideas or OC ideas or whatever, but you actually went out and do it. Not that you have to do.
Yeah, you don't have to do that, but like for you wanted to do it, right? Yeah, and then you went out and you did it. Like
I want to hold a book that I could use as a weapon to smack someone.
Exactly.
It's a thick book, like So, but it's wild for me to see, and then it's wild for me to see other people hold it and talk to me about it. Like you have, like other friends have. So it's like it's Crazy.
Has Wilco talked to you yet?
I don't know. I think he just got his copy, so like
Okay.
early this week. So
I know he said he was gonna read it. So.
no, yeah, I hope, and again, it's kind of like I'm appreciative of the support in the first place, you know,
Sure,
regardless. But yeah, book 2, I'm very excited to just get started on because again, since this was ruminating in my brain since like high school, like book 2 is like, if I am okay. Just imaginary scenario, like someone was interviewing me, like, hey, what, like looking back at all about it, like, which one's your favorite arc? Like, book 2 one would be the one that I'm like, yes.
Now this may be too early of a question.
Sure.
How many books roughly do you think there will be?
I don't.
If you finish everything you want to tell,
Right.
start to finish.
I mean, the original, when I first met up with Jason and Rachel, and they asked me the same thing, I originally thought maybe 10.
Okay.
However, I think because one, can we keep this up forever, right? Like we're looking at like something we're just doing, not necessarily. I mean, money is great, but we did mostly do this just out of our own time, right? And at the same time, like compared to even this is manga inspired, the difference between like being serialized in a magazine and like working on something on your own is kind of like you would think. In my mind, I'm like, I should have more freedom in that sense of like, I could tell my story however I want. But at the same time, I'm kind of like, I want to be more aware of like, if I was collecting these, how many of these would I want, right? And I guess that's something I've like taught myself in college is like, hey, like make the best version of your story even with constraints.
Sure.
And with that in mind, I'm kind of like, maybe 6 or 7.
Okay.
So maybe. So we'll see. Because I don't want to keep people waiting forever, but it is a process to make one of these.
Yeah,
I mean, this took me like 3. The production of the book took 3 years. You know. So hopefully the next one won't take as long, but still, it's
Well, no rush.
yeah. I mean, it's
one
still
of my
fun.
favorite webcomics of all time is still Little Akadaisy is still,
Still going, yeah.
her pages are absolutely gorgeous and take like, and also right now they're hard at work at the animated short film they're doing.
Which you've done recording for,
Which I
right?
have, and also I don't know if you've seen any of the animation progress. It looks really good.
I'll see like tweets about it.
Yeah,
I'm like, that's crazy.
It looks really good. I'm like, damn, I'm excited. But
I wish I had the money to do
animated short.
Yeah, right.
I mean,
like,
that's a fully staffed like.
yeah. So that's why I'm like, that book. But I also love books. So I love.
Listen, if you manage to get all of them published, that is a huge feat. On its own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
All right, Starmy, you fuck.
Yeah, dude. Like, do you think you're ready? Like,
I don't know.
Okay.
We'll see. War of attrition. Oh God.
Why not like stun spore it, and then maybe it'll be paralyzed? Well, that
might be my.
Unless it misses, but I'm pretty sure.
You think I should just go for that?
If you can get it in.
Is it gonna kill me on this? You think?
It will kill you on this, but so just in case, might as well stun spore. So then your next, because Starmie's a fast Pokemon. So the next thing is like you would have stacked your team ready for like hitting it first. You know what I mean?
It's fine. I'm fine.
Okay.
No, I'm not. I'm really not. We're fucked.
Okay. Hear me out.
Yeah.
Just Ember, even if it's not very effective, you can burn it, and that way, if it's burned, its moves will do less damage.
It's gonna kill me in one hit.
Or 10% chance of burn. Let's do it. Not burn.
No.
But at least you got some hits in, so okay.
Why did I keep Magikarp in the party?
I don't know why he's there. Just Ember again. He's gonna die. He's gonna die no matter what. Yeah, there's no way.
Okay.
I think
This fucker is fast as shit.
yes.
Okay. Great. Well, I think there's nothing I can do. I'll just Water Pulse can't miss, huh?
No, I think it's 100%.
Sand attack. Right?
No, just go for hits.
Just go for hits?
Gust. But I
gonna
think
just
this might
die.
kill. No. Okay, cool. Because at least, even if it kills you here, I don't think Mankey could take out Starmie. Oh
Should have paralyzed it. Okay, that's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah,
It's fine.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
fine.
yeah.
It's fine. What do I even? I think it's gonna die in one hit. But what would even be worth it? Karate chop.
Yeah, karate chop. Just go for the stab.
Closer.
This thing might
this
just kill it.
time.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay. Well,
We're never beating Misty.
we'll never be.
My God.
I mean, hey, much like our Pokemon RP, we didn't beat.
That's
Misty.
true. In Pokemon RP, Misty destroyed them because I
Yeah.
maybe made her a little bit too hard, and so
we trained to like okay, we're gonna get revenge against Misty, and we went to the Cerulean Gym, and Misty wasn't there.
yeah.
and we're
Instead, I replaced her with Juan from
Emerald.
Emerald,
And
because
we're
I was
what
like,
the fuck is this
oh
guy?
my-
Like,
so in canon of the story, I was like, the gym was getting complaints that she was beating people too much, so she quit out of anger and joined a different faction
Yeah.
later on. Why am I saying it as if there's spoilers? The international police. Yeah, you know, people really need to not be spoiled for the private game I run of Pokemon Tabletop.
Yeah.
Oh my. Okay.
all right, should we?
What are we gonna do?
Dude,
Should I just
no,
try again?
Try again, and then
Paralyze it just from the get-go.
But save Oddish, save Feet for when Starmie shows up, and then like just stun spore it immediately.
Let's just go. Let's just do one more try.
You want to do one more try? Yeah.
Right now. Why not? Yeah.
Right now?
Yeah, right now.
Okay.
I don't want to end with training and then no progress. Let's see if I can do
Well, I
that.
appreciate most of the episode was talking about my book.
Listen, it's again, if you haven't bought it by now, seriously, tomorrow, no episode.
Oh my god.
I'll figure out a way to make it so that only people who have bought it can watch the episode.
Oh my
We're
god.
gonna make a paywall.
A paywall.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh my.
Ikue. I mean,
this, you
I
got
guess who got the XP on this Staryu last time? Was it Oddish or was it Pikachu? Because I guess this in itself is a sadistic training, just dying over and over, but
Yeah.
killing Staryu. Oh my
a
god,
crit
a
too?
fucking
That's pretty bad.
crit.
Okay. Just try and get rid of.
I should keep Oddish preserved, right?
Yeah, because if Starmie, like, it needs to be full health to take a Starmie hit. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. So let's just try this.
Yeah.
Ember it still or Metal Claw?
Neither are
Claw.
effective, but
It's not effective at all.
yeah. See?
Fuck! This is the traditional hurdle for this gym for
Okay,
fire.
it can take another hit, so I think you should definitely Ember it just in case.
Oh!
Burn it? No.
Oh my god.
Just you gotta keep burning it. You gotta hope for the best
I
here.
gotta keep burning it. Okay. Oh, fuck you! Fuck you, piece of shit!
There we go.
Okay.
Okay. That's pretty good. So that do Starmie, yes.
Okay.
And then go for feet.
Always go for feet.
Always go for the feet. And then you got stun spore it.
Yep. Okay. Don't.
Yeah, see?
Okay. Now.
There we go.
Why did I not take Magikarp out? Ooh. Oh, but the
See?
speed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
And then with enough health, it can tank another hit.
And
Yeah.
they will just get paralyzed. Please. Just don't hit me anymore. Please. Come on. Oh my fucking
Okay, but now you know every other Pokemon that you have can hit it before it kills them. So,
Okay, that means I can try to get some. Oh. I mean, let's go for it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Might as well.
yeah. Go for stab. Just, Ember.
Yeah. War of attrition. Okay.
Here we go.
This is it right here. Whatever Charmeleon can't do, Pidgeotto might finish. Okay, yeah. Bye. Okay.
Starmie just shrugs off paralysis.
Can that happen in this gen?
No, it can't happen at all.
I think later gens they can do that, right?
For your Pokemon, if they love you enough or whatever. Go for Gust.
Come on, Popeyes.
Popeye.
Oh, here we go. No.
Okay, but still paralyzed. It's still paralyzed.
That's such a huge blow, though. Okay. Oh, I mean, the gust does pretty good.
Yeah.
I can tank one?
Yeah, you can take one. Or not.
Fucking critical hit!
Oh. Okay, you just gotta hope.
Karate chop?
Karate chop.
What does this even do besides hit?
I forget, but it's.
Listen, I just gotta hit it 10 times. Well, I mean, it's working. Would low kick do more? It's gone. He's gone.
It's over. Ah! Okay, but those crits came out of nowhere. That should not have happened.
It shouldn't have happened, but it did.
It did.
Okay. Maybe next time, we'll do a little more leveling.
Yeah.
And then try again.
Do you want to show all this right now?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's paralyzed. Should we just call it right here and we'll just cut it? Yeah, okay.
You'll see it tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, guys.
God.